Anybody seen this? This? So if you haven't voted, go to the Facebook Producers from Philippines. Okay. So, okay, is that your pizza? Okay. Upon insistence of my colleagues, they want me to give a short talk on Sphinx, the search engine. Okay, I don't have slides prepared because I wasn't planning on this, but okay. So who uses MySQL?
I don't.
Flat 5.
Okay, in MySQL, have you done any keyword searching? What do you use? Python.
Apache Solar.
Solar?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Sphinx is much like the same old Solar. So I'm just glad nobody uses like percent something percent. Okay.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
Huh? Oh, as the DBA, I hit people who uses that.
Hello, table scan.
Okay, if that's your only parameter for searching, please have mercy on your database. Have additional filters if you need to use that. Otherwise, the next step to that is to use the MySQL full text search, which has some. It's a bit better. The thing is, it's only available for the MyISAM engine, which means you're not able to do your atomic transactions. So, and MyISAM engine is also much more crash prone than the InnoDB, which is the default is being used by in Rails. Okay, so thinking Sphinx. First, there's the Sphinx search engine. This is not Ruby only. This is not Rails only. It has many connectors, Java, PHP, and the like. So Sphinx search that. So it can connect with MySQL, and then you can use your InnoDB tables for that. So you don't need to create a different set of a different table for your search keywords. So you just use your whatever models you already have. You can build your search indexes from that. So what it does actually is to read data from your database tables and creates another index outside the database, and which is optimized for keyword searching. Okay.
What's the storage? Is it an XML or?
It actually creates its own set of files, which I haven't looked into. I just use it. So there. And then for Ruby, you have Thinking Sphinx. There were at least, I think, 3 people who try to create a gem or a plugin to use Sphinx with. Thinking Sphinx is the one that survived. Everybody else just said, use Thinking Sphinx. So I'm not continuing this project anymore. Use Thinking Sphinx already. So it's basically a gem. So just install it the usual way. Put it in your gem file, bundle install. And Sphinx itself, if you're using Ubuntu, you can just apt-get install it. The thing with it, if you use apt-get install, is to make sure you turn it off from your etc. etc init. Disable it from that one so that it won't start on its own, because you need to start Thinking Sphinx from your Rails folder, from your project folder. Okay, so
it runs on its own. It has its own daemon, or
yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Where would you want that? Where would you want the non-daemon to run?
Actually, right now, so far I haven't been able to find the daemon. Maybe I need to adjust the daemon script to to run the folder, the one configured with your application. So far, I haven't gone into that one. So for application development, what we did for now is really turn off it in the daemon version and then just run it like here. This where is it? Oh, okay. Okay. Crash. And there. So there, it's ready at start to start it from your app. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So, for example, here's a model. This is a contact model. Basically, to create your index, to create one index, you use this define index. So this means that you're creating a Sphinx index that where you can search first name, last name, and also the other fields. See? So first name, last name, and once if you have the Sphinx gem, it's failing on me. There. This is Rails console. Yeah. Basically, you can just do contact.search. So you have the search gem. You have to put just that search LE. So what happens there? What happens is the thinking Sphinx gem talks to the search engine, gets the IDs of the search results, and then that's when active record kicks in
Finder
to look for the details of the results. Because thinking Sphinx will only return to you the IDs. You need to query again use active record again to get the details of the search results. One thing we're working on is there is a MySQL plugin called the Sphinx SE plugin. So what happens with when you're using Thinking Sphinx, when you do a search, the Rails app talks to the Sphinx search engine first, gets the IDs of the results, and then queries the database to get the details of the results. So it's basically talking to two things. There's a more efficient way using the Sphinx SE plugin for MySQL. It's basically something that either you compile it yourself to MySQL, or the other option right now is to use MariaDB, which has the plugin installed by default. So this is the one we're looking for. So for this one, I actually compiled it into our own MySQL build. So with that, if you're using that, what happens is you can immediately do a join. You can treat the Sphinx index as if it's a table, and immediately do a join with the model table you need, so that you're in one step. It's getting the results. So here, I made a crude method for Sphinx search, so which just calls find by SQL. So, by the way, there's a table created in MySQL. It's a pseudo table. I don't exactly know where I put it. This one. Yeah. So you have to create this virtual table in MySQL. with the engine Sphinx, which connects, part of it is the table definition is the connection to your Sphinx daemon. So it's localhost 9312. The asterisk at the end means just specify which index you need to use, because you can create multiple Sphinx indexes. So in this case, I made this method which has the index name and the search parameters as the parameters. Okay, so it does find by SQL and just joins the contacts with the Sphinx search virtual table, and then query for the your search parameters. And then this is not standard SQL, but this is the way you specify which index you need to call. So an example that would be something like this. You'll see the difference here is that there's no more need to get the IDs first and then input that IDs to another query. So you do it in one. So you do it in one go. So there's really, I haven't had actual performance tests myself, but research shows it's the more recommended way by those using MySQL. So finally, here's one site we used Sphinx on, emig.com.ph. It's on Rails 2. So this is where we use the Sphinx in the set. Come on, give me a Filipino, because I'm tired of searching for Freddy Aguilar.
Asin.
Sampagita.
Asin. See? No?
Aww.
Sorry.
Ryan Kayabyab.
Sorry, song title. Okay.
Song title.
So, that's one. Obviously, this has more indexes than the one before, but yeah, this was an old project. So there, that's it actually. That's it.
Yeah. Any big companies using Sphinx search currently, aside from Fencer?
Twitter used to do it. Twitter used to do it. I don't know now.
Well, this one's local. It's a small project.
How does Sphinx keep its index fresh?
Okay. They have a means of delta indexes, which means you have to add actually additional column to the table, and then so that you still have to have a cron job to call the delta indexing.
By batch.
Yeah, by batch. Also, there's also the real-time indexing already, but Thinking Sphinx doesn't support it yet. But I think you can make do a work around it, because the real-time indexes is actually, you can actually call it as if it's a MySQL database. So I haven't tried it, but I think you can define a method that practically calls a model that refers to that real-time index and just add to that as it is. So.
How about searching from multiple tables? How can you do that?
You can actually use what do you call this? The active record associations to basically what you need. Like for example, contact, and let's say this. How about this one? The artist and his songs. Okay. So the artist has many songs, and then when you create an index for the artist, you can add the association model to the index of the artist. So,
as far as I know, MySQL caches these queries. So do you think the queries with the Sphinx, do you think that that queries are caches also?
I haven't checked into that. Honestly.
If you're planning to scale, how do you normally do scaling with Sphinx?
You can actually have multiple instances. I haven't tried it, but yeah.
No sharding.
No, it's not sharding. It's really multiple replica. It's same clones.
A bunch of slaves and you on that.
You can set up
No,
MySQL
it's basically it's not a slave thing. It's you're really creating the same indexes on each one.
peer-to-peer.
Have you ever had thinking Sphinx bring down your Rails site?
No.
Every free text search. I know I've used thinking Sphinx. I've used before that
Solar.
the god awful ferret. I don't know if anybody knows ferret. It's evil.
Is it still alive?
No. We have Elasticsearch on one of our sites now. But all these tools, like if you don't tune them right or you want, they can bring down the site. I don't know if you've had that experience with this one or not.
The bad thing about Ferret is it has so many lock issues. As far as I know, the beauty behind Sphinx is that it has its own background process to actually follow on the updates. And it's also kind of the downside of it as well because you don't get to have like real-time search as well.
How does this compare to Elasticsearch? Does anybody know that?
I think you can think of Elasticsearch as I'm not really an expert on this, so I'm just speculating based on the literature. But the way the way Sphinx is built is that it only gets in flat text, and I think Elasticsearch can do a lot with other formats as well. I guess.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't choose it. It just.
It's actually like Lucene or Solar scaled up. So you can also use you can also upload I think Word documents to search images as well.
Depends on the MIME type.
Okay.
How much data were you able to test?
Okay.
Index.
How much is already there? Because for Friendster we actually haven't rolled out this one. The part that needs this one already. So and the site I mentioned showed it's not really a big site. But it works quite well on a very small BPS, and hosts those two sites there.
On Friendster, you're looking to scale. You're exploring this for friends.
Yes.
And you're going to do millions of records type of situation.
How did you come across to using this?
Which one?
How did you come across to using this?
Shoot, I don't remember. I think Peep Code, because the Peep Code had a PDF on it, and